hungry, guys? What's that? Big set for the count of the vids? Yes, I am. Who slept like 4 hours last night? Yes! 0 minimal sleep. Are we good?
We are good.
We're good. Yes.
Woo! Everybody, VidCon in the morning. Hello. So we're here with the wonderful ladies of VLogvetica. Now, you may know them separately, but they also do a wonderful channel called VLogvetica. Do you guys want to explain that quickly to everybody and get this rolling?
No, we'll just skip over it.
Okay.
Whatever. Alright, so we do a collab channel, much like, do I hear a heckler out there?
Bye. We will be forcibly removed. We will do it personally.
She will do it personally.
Okay, guess what? I just accidentally deleted all of the questions that I had for you on my iPhone notes pad.
Yes!
So, here we go. Alright, so, I mean, why did you guys start making videos on YouTube? What was your inspiration?
For me, it was, I found the community through Mimi Molly back in the day when being featured meant something. Remember that? And I remember finding the community through her videos, and I never knew about this art form that existed, like where it was just really raw and genuine, and I was like, oh, I like this girl. And I started watching her, and like, What About Adam, and like Johnny Durham, and VLogvetica, and like,
Still fun.
I know, it's like, VLogvetica, yes! And then like, I started making videos, and then a couple of them subscribed to me, and I like, freaked out. I was like, I can do this, I can do this. And you know, you start out with your video responses, and you're like, I'm gonna just like see if I can get into my niche by sort of doing what they did. And I found myself really fast. And ever since then, it's just been home.
That's awesome. And Kat, what about you?
Basically the same thing. Like, I found the community through VidLogvetica. He's like he makes hilarious videos, and I was like, this person is so funny. I would much rather watch this than watch TV. And so I just like found other users like Johnny Durham, and then I found the 5 Awesome Guys and the 5 Awesome Girls, and I was like, I want to be them. I think they're so cool. And then like I made a video responses. That was like the first thing I did, and I started getting subscribers from my video responses, and I was like, wait a second, like I can make videos of my own. And I thought I was like a genius for wanting to like vlog my day, because I think everyone else was like comedians, and I was like, well, I can just talk about me. No one is doing that. And so then I wasn't so original, but it was cool, and people started subscribing, and I just started making more videos, and yeah.
So Tessa, what about you? What's your inspiration for YouTubing, vlogging?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I moved to New York in 2008 with my mom after high school, and I pretty much had no friends, and I had no way of making friends, no social circle. I was modeling at that point, and I didn't really like anyone in that world. And I was watching these YouTube videos. I was watching like Fresned and Mitchell Davis and What About Adam and all these people, and I'm like, I could do that. What if I could be friends with these people? And so I kind of dove into it that way.
Okay. So now you guys all do videos separately, but how did you come together to do one channel? And what's the channel about? Like, what's your inspiration for doing a channel together?
For us, it was just to keep in touch. That's one of our jokes. It's so successful, and we never meant for that to happen. Like, we're so thankful. We love the people who watch us, but we don't want them to get the idea that when we make mistakes, we're letting them down because we entered into a commitment with them. It's more that we're letting our friends down because we entered into a commitment just to be like, hey, we live all over the continent, and we're not really able to keep in touch just through phone and email, so let's make videos. So that's what we did. We met at 789, we bonded like super glue, and then we said we're going to just try to keep going, and that's where we are now.
Can we answer some questions? Yes, does anybody have any questions out there?
Raise your hand.
Well, I think there's a mic set up that side. So we were going to do Twitter questions. This is your phone that I have in my hand. And someone may or may not have deleted the ones that we chose. Maybe.
Well, let me, okay, I did do that, not gonna lie. All right, and, okay, who has a question? I'm going to hopefully find you. Okay, who has a question? I see a hand over here. Okay, hello. All right, oh, more questions, hello.
If you were going to change one thing about YouTube, what would it be?
Change one thing about YouTube, what would it be? I mean, is it all like For us, the mean people, I mean, if you can't change that, it's just life.
The mean people?
Yeah, let's just like kick the trolls out, we'd all be happy. But,
First.
yeah, sorry.
That's a question I would need to think more about.
Yeah.
How do you guys deal with haters? Does it bother you? Do you respond? I know what Tessa does. Tessa, what do you do?
Block, delete, block, delete.
It depends on the situation for me. I mean, sometimes you can laugh about it and you can just move on and it doesn't bother you. You actually get bothered about this and it's funny. And other times it really does bother you, and sometimes it bothers you so much that like you'll go on a Twitter rampage and then you'll send people like, tell them to stop being mean to me. So it depends for me. I mean, I think it's like anything. You learn to take it, you get better at it, but sometimes you snap.
I kind of just like, I usually just ignore it and like read through it. I don't get too many like really mean comments, but
Nobody dislikes Kat. Come on now.
so no, really, like, if I do get a particular comment that's really mean, a lot of times I will respond to it just like insanely nicely, and
I do that too.
usually it wins them over, because like they don't think you're actually going to respond, so when I get really mean comments, you just say something really nice back, and then they're like, oh, I was just kidding, that was my little cousin who wrote that, or things like that. It's kind of funny, because then you like,
The younger brother.
you make a friend out of a
These are
hater.
all lies.
When I get those awful emails that I know they're not kidding, I'll respond and be like, thank you so much for your support. And then I'll block them so they can't respond. That's my favorite thing.
What I always find funny too is people are like, oh, unsubscribing, and then you go and they actually didn't unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, oh, I can't unsubscribe, and I give them a screenshot of how to do it to make sure.
I have respect for people who are opinionated. I do not have respect for people who attack other people, and that goes back to the blocking thing. Some people are like, oh, they're just trolls, ignore them. I'm like, I feel like I have a family here on YouTube of all the people who comment on my videos, and if someone's going to be mean to me or my friends, you're not welcome here.
Yeah, it's not a democracy in your channel. That's how it is. It's like, this is my family, and if you're mean, you're gone. You don't have a right to be here.
While we're in front of a crowd, because so many of you are video makers, I'm the block the people who are not nice campaign. You know, because sometimes people come back and they're like, you blocked me, but I made a new channel and now I'm commenting more mean comments. I'm like, yeah, it takes you 5 minutes to make that channel. It takes me 1 millisecond to block you again.
That's awesome.